Hey there, everybody. This is CP Cards and Dice, and I welcome you to another presentation of our 2019 Mets using the payoff pitch system. We're joining the action in the top of the fourth. It's Atlanta at New York. The Mets are up 3-1. There's been some power demonstrated in this game, and I'll tell you by whom. It's been Freddie Freeman's hit his 43rd home run, and this is game 129. Michael Conforto hit his 25th. A two-run shot in the first inning. It's as the score stands right now in the top of the fourth. It's the Mets 3 and the Braves 1. So Josh Donaldson is starting off the top of the fourth against Zach Wheeler. Wheels for this season has a 3.61 ERA and an 8-9 record. Let me quickly go over the lineup for the Braves. It's going to be Cunha Jr. in center field leading off. Batting second is Ozzie Albies. Batting third is the first baseman Freddie Freeman. Third baseman Josh Donaldson in the cleanup spot. Batting fifth is right fielder Matt Joyce. Batting sixth is Andy Echeverria, or Adeiny Echeverria. Batting seventh is Francisco Cervelli, an ex-Yankee, an ex-Pirate, one of my favorite players. He's really a colorful individual, colorful character on the field for sure. Batting eighth is a left fielder, Rafi Ortega, and then it's Max Fried batting ninth on the mound for the Braves. For the Mets, it's going to be Rosario, Panic, and Alonso in the third spot at first base. In right field is Conforto, followed by the catcher Ramos and the left fielder J.D. Davis. Then it's Todd Frazier, Juan Lagares in center field, and the ninth place batter is Zach Wheeler. No longer a member of the Mets, by the way. All right, so we're at Citi Field. Let's get going. Let's pull fast action card. So I may use dice. I don't know. I have it to my left. That's an 8. That's a patient 76. And that's going to be a little ground ball and through the left side. And Davis throws it into Rosario. That's a single, leadoff single for Josh Donaldson. Matt Joyce is next. It's a 10. That's a ballpark. Ballpark 52. He's a lefty, and it's 1-53, so that's going to take it to Wheelhouse. Wheelhouse 1-35, and that's a deep drive. And it is deep drive right field. Back goes Conforto to the track, to the wall. It's out of here. And the game is tied at 3. Matt Joyce gets a hold of a Wheels fastball and drives it deep over the head of Conforto into the seats in right field, into the Coca-Cola corner, if you will. And the game is tied just like that. 2019 has a lot of power. So it's Adeiny Echeverria now. Here's the pitch from Wheeler. That's a 9, a tough 80. And that's a grounder short. Rosario scoops it, fires the first. One down. Francisco Cervelli. It's a 7 in play 56. And that's chopped to second. Panic. Throws him out. Rafi Ortega, left-handed hitter. And 8, a patient 79. Ooh. Now, I have some cards from the Topps Heritage set. This is a reproduction of the 1970 style cards. 1970. So it's Rafi Ortega. And did I pull for him already? I did not pull for him already. Okay, so here goes. That's a 6, a tough 80. And that's chopped to second. Panic, throws him out, that retires the side. The Braves pick up 2, they tie it at 3. Max Fried to Wilson Ramos. Here's the pitch. That's a 5 in play. In play 78. That's a fly ball center field. Under it is Acuna Jr. Next is J.D. Davis. That's an 8, a tough. So we got to go over to the left side. That's important that I look over the left side because he's a lefty. So that's critical. 79. And that's a fly to center again. We're going to go back. That was a 78. 78 is going to be, yep. It's 78, but under which 5, which was in play. That's going to be an out. Okay. So the Todd Father Frazier up. Here's a pitch from Fried at 12. That's defense. Defense 58. Now we're going to look. It's an error on shortstop. Shortstop is Echevarria. And Echevarria is, I don't write any of this down. Echevarria at short is a 3. And the 3 is 1 to 52. We roll a 58, so that's a ball that Echevarria gets to. And throws out Frazier to retire the side. 3 up, 3 down. All tied at 3. Fried is leading off against Zach Wheeler in the top of the 5th. That's a 9. That's a tough 97. And that is going to be a fly ball left field. J.D. Davis, 1 down. Acuna with the 7, that's in play 46. And that's chopped to third. Frazier charges it, fires the first, and gets Acuna by half a step. The speedy Acuna, always dangerous if he's allowed to reach base. Albies, 5, that's in play, a 38. And that's lined and caught by the second baseman, Panic. Three up, 3 down. Juan Lagares, bottom of the 5th. And we got to look on the left side because he's a lefty. And I got to remind myself of that. It's a wheelhouse. 1 to 13, that's a deep drive. 82 is going to be a ground ball shortstop. Echevarria gets there. Spins, throws the first, low, scooped out by Freeman for the out. Wheels in the bottom of the 5th. That's a 9. It's ballpark. And 40 is going to be in play. He's a 10. Wheelhouse, right? I'm sorry, wheelhouse. Wheelhouse 49. And there's no lefty-righty on these cards. So it's going to be a ground ball to the third baseman, Donaldson. Josh Donaldson fires the first and in time to retire this for out number 2. And now it's Ahmed Rosario. Hey there, RJL. Let's go Mets. Have another pop game uploading now. We'll be ready when you are done. Good. I will check it out for sure. I enjoyed your game, and I left you some tips there, some clarifications. And these are one of the ways I play it. I play it in a bunch of different ways. Sometimes I'll play 1 inning with the fast action cards. And this, right now we have 2 outs, bottom of the 5th. Ahmed Rosario against Max Fried. Max Fried checks in with Cervelli for the sign. Winds and deals. And this time we're going to throw some dice to mix it up a little bit. Keep it alive. 4, patient. A patient 44 against a lefty. That's going to be driven down the line into left field corner. Ortega's after that. Rosario is flying around first base. And here's the throw to second and not in time. Ahmed Rosario with a 2-out double just like that. Mets have the go-ahead run in scoring position. Joe Panic. Now, this is an interesting little factoid. If you look at Joe Panic's split card, he batted versus left-handed pitchers. He batted .444. So guess what? He's got a monster card against lefties. He's got hits in his patient column. He's got hits all the way from 41 all the way to 90 to 77. 1 to 48 in play. In tough, he's got hits from 11 to 28. He bats .444 versus lefties. And this is perfect because he's up now And I mean, he's not known for that. I mean, nobody can be expected to hit that, you know, that for that high an average against lefties. So there's no way they're walking him because I know it as an afterthought. But he's never hit that high. But granted, he's only got 18 at bats, right, against lefties. But this is the actual lineup, and he is starting in this game against Max Fried, a lefty. So he's up now with the go-ahead run at second base. So I'm licking my chops right now for the Mets. Now, to be fair, if this was a guy that played the whole season, he had a 444 average versus lefties, I'd be walking him. But this is an anomaly, so they don't even know that, right? The team's not. All right, so here's the pitch. Max Fried to Joe Panic. Rosario takes his lead off second. That's going to be an 11. That's a patient 66. And that's going to be line base hit, and Rosario's going to score, waving him home. The throw is cut off, and Joe Panic stands at first base and shows the fists at the dugout. The Mets have taken a 4-3 lead thanks to the 444 hitter, Joe Panic. Now it's Pete Alonso. That's a patient 50 against a lefty, and that's ball 4. So Alonso trots down to first base, and that pushes Panic to second. First and second, 2 outs. And there's going to be some movement in the Braves bullpen. Michael Conforto now. Lefty on lefty. See what happens. Snake Eyes, wheelhouse, 60 against a lefty. And that is going to be ripped to shortstop. Echevarria in the hole. Long throw to first and in time to get Conforto, and that retires the side. But the Mets pick up 1 on the Panic single. Go top of the 6th. 4-3 Mets. Freddie Freeman. I got his card right here. Freddie Freeman. This is from the Topps Heritage set from 2019. This is a repro of the 1970 set, Topps 362. Freddie hit his first postseason home run in 18, National League Division Series. This picture looks nothing like Freddie Freeman. Absolutely nothing like Freddie Freeman. Atlanta Braves. Beautiful cards. These are brand new from the box. I mean, it wasn't like a kid played with them. You know, all the old sets that you get, like I got the 76 set, the 77 set. You know kids play with those. They're all kind of soiled and kind of grimy. All right, Freddie Freeman's up. Pitch from Zach Wheeler. A 7 is in play, an 82. And that is grounded to the second baseman, Panic. 1 up and 1 down. Josh Donaldson with a 3. That's a tough 46, and that's strike 3. And Wheels blows a fastball by Donaldson. Donaldson's trying to tie it up with 1 swing of the bat. Matt Joyce, he's a left-handed hitter. Matt Joyce, I believe, is one that hit the 2-run homer in the top of the 4th. Here he is again. So Wheels is going to be cautious. That's an 8, patient 12, and that's ball 4. So he was a little bit too cautious. Walks Joyce with 2 outs. That brings Adeiny Echevarria. Here's a pitch. That's a 4. A 4 is in play, a 40, and in play 40, and that is a fly ball right field. Conforto towards the line. Ball hooking away from him and into foul ground, and Conforto runs it down, and that retires the side. We go to the bottom of the 6th. Aha, Alan Shaw. Welcome, my friend. What's the score? The score is 4-3 Mets. Bottom of the 6th. It's Max Fried on the mound. You know what? It's time for a reliever to come in. Yes, sirree. And a righty. Who's up? Wilson Ramos, a righty, and then another righty. It's going to be Mark Melancon. Mark Melanson's coming in. He's going to get the call. And Mark Melancon gives the Mets fits, to be honest with you. Got a nice curveball. Here's the pitch to Wilson Ramos. That's a 12. That's ballpark. And 11 is going to be wheelhouse. 1-24, and that ball is out of here. They go swing from Wilson, and that is line base hit. Wilson Ramos singles to center. So the Buffaloes on at first. J.D. Davis steps in the box. That's an 8. A tough 18, and that's strike 3. 1 out. Todd Frazier. Snake Eyes Ballpark, 73. It's going to take us to in play 61, and that is chop to second. Albies waits back now, charges, fires to first, and in time. Wait a second. That could be a double play. We had a runner on first. That could be a double play, and that is going to be a 4-6-3 double play. That Snake Eyes is definitely within range. I don't even have to look. I can guarantee it. Range for Frazier is a 7. Range for Melanson is an 8. Yeah, so it's a 4-6-3 double play, and that retires the side. All right, Francisco Cervelli is leading it off. Cervelli in our replay has 126 at-bats, a 254 average, 3 home runs. Ex-Yankee, ex-Pirate. Top of the 7th scores 4-3 Mets. In the top of the 7th, Zach Wheeler, who's still in there. Wait a second. We got some fatigued. We got a fatigued Wheeler here. We got a fatigued Wheeler. So we're bringing in a fatigue card. And that's going to be up here. I'm going to grab those cards. Actually, what? You know what? 7th inning. Let him go 7. We'll let him go 7. Then we'll bring in some relievers. Let's bring a fatigue pitcher card. He's got an ERA of less than 4. And then he's got a 9.9 strikeout, so it's less than 4. Here it is. Zach Wheeler's fatigue card. All right, Francisco Cervelli leading it off. There's action in the Met bullpen. That's a 9. That's a tough 21. That's a strikeout. Cervelli down swinging. 1 up, 1 down. Rafi Ortega with a 4. 4 is in play, 27, and that is a ground ball to third baseman Frazier. Frazier scoops it up, fires to first in time. 2 out. And now it's the pitcher up, so we're going to get a pinch hitter. It's going to be Charlie Culberson. He's going to pinch hit. Let's see. All righties, we've got 1 switch hitter, and that's Hamilton. We're going to save him. You know what? We'll use Hamilton. Why not? A lot of players here. Duvall is one of the guys I have on the bench. Flowers. Culberson, and Hamilton is another one, but I'm not going to go nuts looking. All right, so who do I want to bring? I wanted to bring up Hamilton, and I didn't do that. Let's see, why not? I'm going to put the pitchers there, batters here. You know, towards the end of the game, it takes a little bit longer. That's why I actually start these games in the 4th, because otherwise they can go a while. Because these modern games really slow down late. You got to start doing all the pitching changes, and if you don't have everybody separated, and if you don't know the team very well, in other words, you're not playing them every day, and I just can't find Hamilton. I'm not going to worry too much about it. He's definitely in the extra players. I just don't know where in the extra players. Austin Riley, Ender Enciarte, Dansby Swanson. A lot of these guys are not available on the roster. They must be injured. In a little while, I'll check and see why I don't have Billy Hamilton. I think it's Billy Hamilton. That's who that is. He joined the team in August. This is a late August game. Yep. All right. So no worries. Don't have him right now, so I'm going to bring in Adam Duvall to pinch hit for Mark Melanson. All right, here's the pitch. This is much quieter, much easier. That's a 5. A 5 is in play, a 0-2, and that ball, 5. Wait a second. 5 is in play. And then a 0-2 is line base hit to left. Played on the hop by J.D. Davis. That's a 2-out single. That puts the tying run at first. And up comes the top of the order, Ronnie Acuna Jr. You got Justin Wilson in the bullpen, the lefty, and then the righty is going to be Jerry Familia. So Acuna's up with 2 outs. Zach Wheeler on the mound using his fatigue card. And then who are we going to use to, well, we'll check that out when the time comes. All right, here goes. Off the fatigue card to Acuna Jr. That's a 5. 5 is in play, 0-9. An in play 0-9 is line base hit, and that's going to send Duvall to third. There's no doubt that he's at least a 6, right? Oh, he's a 5. So we're going to have to pull a card for that. He may not make it to third. And it says 1 base only, so he's going to stop at second. First and second for switch hitter Ozzie Albies. He's actually a worse hitter against righties. That's almost 400 against lefties. It's a snake eyes in play, 0-8. That's going to be line base hit. And will that score Duvall? Yes, it does. The game is tied. RBI single and Acuna with 2 outs is going to go to third, first and third. And that's going to be it. In comes Justin Wilson to face the lefty, Freddie Freeman. So that's all. Out comes Mickey Callaway and calls to the bullpen for Justin Wilson, the left-hander. Justin Wilson had a great season. He's a veteran, been around a long time. Justin Wilson coming in. The nice thing about payoff pitch baseball, you get all the cards to play with. Game is tied at 4 in the top of the 7th. This has been a 2-out rally here. Wheels got the first 2 outs, but then it was a single, and a single that's tied the game. Justin Wilson. Here's the pitch to Freddie Freeman. That's a 3. A 3 is a patient, and a 17. A patient 17 is ball 4. That loads the bases. Brings up Josh Donaldson. That's going to bring in Jerry Familia to face Donaldson. Who's up after Donaldson? A lefty again. That's why they do that. And it's a righty. We definitely want Jerry Familia facing Donaldson. We want him to go up against a righty. Even though he hits better again. He hits worse against lefties. All right. So Jerry Familia is going to get the call. And here goes. Here's the pitch. Bases loaded. 2 out. Game is tied. We're in the top of the 7th. The Mets fans are at the edge of their seat here at Citi Field. That's a 9. In play 65 against a righty. And that's going to be a rip to the second baseman. Backhanded by Panic. Pivots. Throw to first and in time. And that retires the side. So the Braves leave 3, score 1. They tie it up at 4. We go to the bottom of the 7th. It's going to be the bottom of the order for the Mets. Juan Lagares is leading us off against a new relief pitcher. And who's it going to be? Let's see if we have Sean Green. Let's see if we can find Sean Green around. When you print out these cards, they're kind of difficult to manage until you kind of touch them up with a little bit of the natural oils from the body. Kind of mess with them a little bit, and then they become easier to handle after that. It seems like I have a lot of repeats here. I think I may have printed out the same set again and again. I don't know. Sometimes that happens. I lose track of what I'm printing, and I just print the same thing 2 or 3 times. I think I have 3 versions of Sean Newcomb. Josh Tomlin, he's there. Okay. So Sabatka, he's also a reliever. Biddle is a reliever. Is Biddle there as well? No, Biddle's not there. Brian Wilson, he's not there. Dayton is not there. Winkler is not there. Wright is not there. Melanson, I already used him. Parsons is not there. Walker is not there. Green, there he is. All right, we got Green. We're going to bring in Green. Shane Green. Bottom of the 7th, Shane Green versus Juan Lagares. 4-4. It's an 11 in play 35. And that's chopped to the first baseman. Freeman is going to flip to Green covering for the out. Pinch hitter. Who are we going to get? Who are we going to have? Going to see Luis Guillorme. Guillorme's coming in for the Mets. He's a lefty. So Guillorme steps into the box. A lot of changes when you play these modern games. You got to have a lot of pitchers on hand. You got to have a lot of pinch hitters on hand. And the benches are so small with 3 or 4 hitters. That's all you get. All right, so Luis Guillorme is going up against Shane Green here with 1 out in the bottom of the 7th. The game is tied at 4. So that's going to be an 8. That's a patient 58. And that's going to be line and driven into the gap. And that's going to split Joyce and Acuna. And that's going to roll to the wall around first and into second base. And the throw is not in time. So it's a 1-out double pinch hit double for Luis Guillorme. Next is Ahmed Rosario. Here's a pitch from Shane Green. That's a 7. 7 is in play. 73. And that is going to be a fly ball center field. Fly ball center field. And we're going to check and see what kind of a fly ball it is. And it's a potential DP. And I don't even know what that means. What does that mean? Let's see. That's on a fly ball. If he tags, but I don't know that he's tagging. Potential DP. Runner advancement. Ground ball fly. Oh, that would have been if it was an out, it was a potential DP. What kind of a fly out? I don't know. It doesn't tell me. I want to know if it's a deep fly or a short fly. It says potential DP. There's always a potential for a DP if I need to know if it's a fly, deep fly or a short fly. Again, wait a second. What the heck? All these came out the same, potential DP, but I want to know if it's a short fly or a deep fly. All right, deep fly. So I could potentially tag up. And that was so long ago now, I don't even remember who. It was a 7 in play. '73 was a fly ball center field. Okay, so he's not going to tag up. He's not going to risk it. Acuna. Let's see Acuna's arm. Let's see what Acuna's arm is like. Acuna's arm in center field is a 7. Yorme running is a 6. With that fly ball being the first out, I would attempt it. And but you know what? It makes no difference. I could try it here. Let's just roll 2d6 and see what happens. That's a 10. Okay. He's going to hold on that. He only gets thrown out 11 to 12. So he's going to hold. He's going to decide nothing happens. Anyway, that's a house rule I have just to keep more movement on those fly balls. If it's a deep fly ball, I'll give the guy a chance to tag. He'll think about it. He'll look. He'll watch, and he'll decide, that sort of thing. 11, 12, he decides. He makes the wrong choice. If it's, less than 6, probably he'll make it. And that's just to create more movement on the base paths because it seems like they're stagnant sometimes with this game. So I've created that little mini rule. It's really harmless. It's not going to affect the game very much. It doesn't take effect very often. So that's a fly ball center field. That's out number 2. And that's going to bring up Joe Panik. Panik has been the terror of the game. I think he's got a couple of hits today. There was a lefty on the mound, and that was Fried. And Panik hits .444 against lefties. He's 2 for 3 on the day, batting .215 for the season. He came over from the San Francisco Giants. Panik played for the Giants. Yeah, there's a flyout chart, but I don't use the flyout chart. There's that flyout chart there, and then there's something else with flyout information. I don't use that. The flyouts are right on the card, and then I just pull here and I look right here. What kind of a flyout is it? It says a short fly or a deep fly. Short fly, there's no advance. Deep fly, then I can choose to advance, and that's how I do it. All right, so nothing happened. It's all fine. Joe Panik is up. Shane Green on the mound. Here's the pitch from Shane Green. That's a 6. That's a tough 41, and that is going to be ripped to the first baseman, Freeman. He's going to take it himself and beat Panik to the bag, and that retires the side. Mets lead 1, and after 7, it's 4-4. Matt Joyce leading it off against Brad Brock. He's a lefty. Let me see. Wait a second. I don't have to bring in Brock. A lefty and 2 righties. So I will bring in Brad Brock. All right, here's the pitch to Matt Joyce, who's got a home run today. That's a 6, a tough 42. That's strike 3, and that curveball gets Joyce. 1 up, 1 down. Adeni Javaria. It's a Niner. Niner's in play, a 76. And that is fly ball center field and left center field. Lagares makes the catch. Lagares won a Gold Glove in 2014, but he's nowhere near that level of defensive play. His arm is really has become questionable over time, and that's unusual. In a few years, you feel that his arm is nowhere near what it once was. Francisco Cervelli, one of my favorite players. And Cervelli today is 0 for 3. Here's a pitch from Brad Brock. That's a 7. That's a tough 15. That's a strikeout, and that's going to retire the side. Take a quick sip of some lemonade I have lying around here, or sitting around here. Bottom of the 8th, 4-4. A couple of days ago against Cleveland, we played a 14-inning game. Wow, that was exhausting. I hope that doesn't happen again. Oh, that's good. All right. Shane Green is still in there. know what? We're going to pull Shane Green. We're going to bring in a new pitcher. We're going to bring in Josh Tomlin, who's up. Alonso, and then a lefty, then righty. So we're going to bring in Josh Tomlin. I have to track him down. I can't find him. Sabaka's there. Okay, Tomlin. Here comes Tomlin. Against Pete Alonso. Bottom of the 8th here at Citi Field, Flushing, Queens. It's an 11. 11 is a patient 67. And that's going to be, Alonso gets plunked. Like he has one of those elbow protectors. So he trots down at first base. Mets have a base runner, just like that here in the bottom of the 8th. Conforto with 4. A 4 in play, 71. In play 71 is going to be fly ball center field. On the run is Acuna, and he tracks it down for out number 1. Wilson Ramos. Pitch from Josh Tomlin. A 5 is in play in 88. In play 88, and that's chopped to short. A 5 will be a double play. It's going to be a 6-4-3 double play. And that retires the side. Just like that. Chavarria to Albies to Freeman. And we go top of the 9th. Rafael Ortega against Brad Brock. A lefty, then a pinch hitter, and then a top of the order is a righty. We're going to let Brock face Ortega. It's a 7. Tough. A tough 30. That's a strikeout. So Brock fans Ortega. It's pinch hitter time. It's it for Thompson. And we're going to bring in Charlie Culberson to pinch hit. That's his pitcher card. Let's see his batter card. All right, let's see if we can find Culberson here. Flower is also available to hit. So Culberson comes in. Here's the pitch from Brock. That's a 9er in play. In play 75. That's a fly ball center field. Racing in is Lagares, and he gets there. Took a step back and then charged in. Misjudged it a little bit off the bat. Ronnie Acuna with 2 outs, top of the 9th. Brad Brock looks in for the sign. It's a 3. That's in play 93. And that's a fly ball. Can of corn in left field for J.D. Davis. Squeezes it for the out, and that retires the side. And it's a new pitcher now for the Braves. Oh, no, not Sabaka. Sabaka's Soroka. All right. Here's Soroka, Mike Soroka. And then let's see where he would come in. We may have to pull a double switch because I definitely don't want to make any more. I want to let somebody go a couple innings. Soroka won't be – okay, so he should be okay. So Soroka's coming in. He's tired, though. Martin and Newcomb. I could use Soroka. He's tired, but I could use him for an inning. Wouldn't be the end of the world. Chris Martin. Let's do Chris Martin. I'm going to call on Chris Martin. All right. He's going to be facing J.D. Davis. Here's a pitch. It's a 12, a patient 66. And that's going to be a little ground ball and through into center field for Acuna. Leadoff batter is on. J.D. Davis with a base knock here leading off the bottom of the ninth. Todd Father Frazier. That's an 8. 8 is a tough and a 65. Tough 65. Oh, it just missed being a hit. Tough 65 takes us to a ground ball to the second baseman. An 8 is not going to be a double play. And it's going to be a 4-6 fielder's choice. Juan Lagares now. Frazier's on at first. Pitch from Martin. That's a 12. Patient 15. That's ball 4. And now we're going to need a pinch hitter. Going to bring in Rajah Davis for the Mets to pinch hit. Against Chris Martin. First and second, 1 out. Bottom of the ninth, all tied at 4. It's a niner. Niner is in play and a 50. In play 50. Rajah Davis has nothing there versus a right. It's a blank. So it automatically goes to the out. And that's chopped to second. This should be a double play here. And what do we roll? Oh, no, a 9 won't be a double play. That's again a fielder's choice. 4-6 fielder's choice. Runners on first and third, and it's Ahmed Rosario. Here's the pitch. It's a 6 this time. That's a tough 79. And that is a fly ball center field. Acuna settles under it, squeezes it, and that retires the side. All tied at 4. And we're going to see Sean Lugo. Let's see if we can find him. Seth Lugo, Sean Lugo. Seth Lugo. I knew something sounded wrong. Seth Lugo's coming in. I don't know why I called him Sean. There he is. Seth Lugo. And we may pull a double switch on here. Let's see where I want him to go at least 2 innings. Oh, they fly to center to retire the side. Okay, now we're going to bring in Lugo. We're going to check and see. All right. Now it's going to be the top of the order, so Lugo should be able to go 2. So Lugo's coming in. He gets the call. Now Lugo in our replay has got a 2.90 ERA, 5-3 record, 2 saves, a 1.02 WHIP. He's going to be facing Ozzie Albies. And we are going to shuffle these, even though I haven't used them all that much in this game. I'm rolling dice and I'm using fast action cards just to mix it up a bit, to keep it lively. When I keep what's going, and you can see some of the baseball cards, I have the pictures of the players in front of me. When I can keep things going on in front of me, it kind of inspires me, you know. It keeps me alert, it keeps me awake, it keeps things colorful. So that's why I do a lot of what I do. I don't do things just one way. I kind of try to mix it up a little bit. I have the charts to my right, but I barely use them. I pretty much use the fast action cards. We haven't hit any rare plays at all. No I had a wild pitch earlier in the game, I believe. Love the fast action cards. I hear he has them in color now, but they've doubled in price. I bought them. I bought mine for $8. They're $16 now. Boy, that color ink is really expensive. I'll tell you. But you know, you get a set when you order the game. And when I ordered my game, I didn't know. I didn't read that, and I ordered a separate set. So I paid for two sets. Well, I paid. Yeah, I paid. I got two sets. One that I never opened. All right, so Ozzie Albies against Seth Lugo. Seth Lugo is probably the best that the Mets have in the bullpen. I'm hoping to take him at least 2 innings. It's the top of the 10th. We are in free baseball, my friends. And we're going to roll some dice. And that's what is that, a 9. A 9 is going to be a tough 43 against a righty. And that's a strikeout. Ozzie Albies down swinging. Chases the outside slider in the dirt from Lugo. Lugo's very savvy. He's a very savvy pitcher. Doesn't have overpowering stuff, although he can throw in the high 90s. But he's a smart pitcher. Pitches with his head. And that's a 6. A 6 is a tough 27. That's strike 3 on Freddie Freeman. Back-to-back Ks for Seth Lugo. Josh Donaldson. A 6 is a tough, and a 66, and that's line base hit to left. Cut off by J.D. Davis in the gap. And big turn by Donaldson. Goes back to first, a 2-out single for Josh Donaldson, who is definitely a clutch player. And here's Matt Joyce. He's got a 2-run shot in the 4th inning. That tied the game at 3. The Mets at one point were up 3-1. All right, Seth Lugo to Matt Joyce with Donaldson at first base. That's a 6. A 6 tough, 81. And that is chopped to second. Panic right there, over to first. And that retires the side. Joe Panic leading it off against Chris Martin. 7 is a tough 13. That's strike 3. 1 up, 1 down. Next is Pete Alonso. That's a 6, a tough 84. And that's ripped to short, backhanded by Echeverria. Long throw to first in the dirt, but scooped out by Freeman. 6-3 if you're scoring at home, 2 out. We're in the bottom of the 10th, tied at 4. Free baseball, my friends. Mace Sitago. Hiya, all. You like how I pronounce your name, Mace Sitago? I had to think there for a second. Here's the pitch to Conforto. It's a 7, another tough 26. Strike 3. And Martin blows one by, blows a fastball by Conforto, who looked baffled. He looked baffled. Lugo against Adeiny Echeverria, top of the 11th. That's a 10, a ballpark. Ballpark 85. That's going to be in play. In play 14, and that's going to be line base hit. Cut off by J.D. Davis. Frozen rope off the bat of Adeiny Echeverria, who was released one day. The Mets released Adeiny Echeverria one day before he was due $1 million bonus, signing bonus. And he has some seriously hard feelings, and who wouldn't? Adeiny Echeverria lost $1 million signing bonus with the Mets. He was released one day before that kicked in. Francisco Cervelli. I'm not sure if Atlanta paid him that or not, but he's a player that can play multiple positions in the infield. He holds his own with a bat, and it's Francisco Cervelli. And Cervelli, does he strike out a lot? Let's see. Yeah, he does. That's a dumb question. I think he struck out 3 times today. Here's the pitch to Cervelli. That's a 6. Tough off of Lugo. A tough 21's a strikeout. Another strikeout for Francisco Cervelli. Rafael Ortega, left-handed hitting outfielder. Bats .224 against right-handers. Here's the pitch from Lugo. Echeverria takes his lead off first. That's a 5. Patient 44, and that's ball 4. Ortega walks. First and second now, so the go-ahead run is at second base. I only have 1 out. For some reason, I thought there was 2 outs. There's only one out right here. And Tyler Flowers, the backup catcher, is being called upon to pinch hit. So Lugo looks into Ramos for the sign. He sets and deals. That's an 8. An 8 is a tough at 26, and that's strike 3. And Flowers down swinging. A lot of strikeouts in 2019. I need not say that, right? That's pretty obvious. Mace Tago, that's his name. The one and only. All right. 2 outs now. Ronnie Acuna Jr. The pitch from Seth Lugo. That's a 4, a tough 87. And a tough 87 is going to be grounded to the shortstop. Rosario goes to panic, and that retires the side. So the Braves leave 2, score none, and at the end of 10.5, it's 4-4. Wilson Ramos is leading us off. I'm getting really thirsty, guys. I'm going to take a quick get up to the fridge and pour myself some water. 30 seconds. Hang tight. All right, I'm back. We are in the bottom of the 11th inning. It's all tied at 4. Mets are bringing up. We're going to get a new pitcher for the Braves. It's going to be, let's see, do we have any lefties coming up here? No, all righties. Let's see. Who do we have that we can bring in? Swarzak is in there. I may be able to use him as a reliever. Got to go through these cards. I think I got double cards, and I don't have Billy Hamilton, which annoys me. So Swarzak is there. He's a short. He's got a short. Okay, so I'm going to use Swarzak as a reliever. He's coming in for Chris Martin. I'm down to my last couple of relievers, so now I got to start playing it really tight. Swarzak's going to have to go a few innings for me. So no more fooling around. Let me just take a quick look and see when the pitchers due up. Nope, it's the top of the order for Atlanta when they come up. So Swarzak's going to come in, and I expect to get a few innings out of him, 3 or 4 innings at least. He's a short reliever, so I may have to pull a fatigue card and use that after he's out of gas, according to the game rules. So it's going to be Wilson Ramos in the bottom of the 11th. The game is tied at 4. The Mets are in second place in our replay. So every game does count. Anthony Swarzak against Wilson Ramos, a 7. 7 is a tough 63. Tough 63 is a ground ball to the second baseman, who backhands, goes to first and gets Ramos, the Buffalo, they call him. J.D. Davis is up next. All these Mets have good power, but none of them are connecting here. None of them are driving the ball. That's a 9. That's a patient 13. That's ball 4. J.D. Davis walks. He's on at first with 1 out. The Todd Father Frazier. Here's the pitch from Swarzak. And what do we get? We are getting a 3. A 3 is a tough. Again, a tough. A 90. Tough 90, and that's chopped to the shortstop. Echeverria backhands, goes to Albies, and back to Freeman, and that's a 6-4-3 double play. And we go to the top of the 12th. We're going to see Ozzie Albies. Lugo's still in there, expecting another inning at least from Lugo. I may push him for 3. right. Seth Lugo to Albies. That's a 7. In play 35. And that's a comebacker to Lugo. Feels his position. Throws out Albies. Freddie Freeman. That's an 8 of tough. A 93. Drives one to right field. Conforto in the gap and runs it down. Michael Conforto flashing the leather in right field. Got a good jump on that ball. Freddie hit it hard and deep. But Conforto caught up with it. 2 outs in the top of the 12th. It's all tied up at 4. Watching from New Zealand. Mason Tago from New Zealand. I give you a hug, my brother. Maybe someday I'll be lucky enough to go to New Zealand and go to Australia and all those great far-off places where only one can dream of visiting. Joe had to go to another printer. I have another set of Joe had to go to another printer. Oh, I don't like to hear that. What happened to our favorite printer of all time? Have another set of FA. Okay, fast action cards coming, so I will have 2 sets. Joe always has to go to another printer. That's the story of his life, and that's okay. I've waited 2 weeks for a set. I don't care. I have all his sets. It doesn't matter to me. Take the time you need. I have plenty of cards here. I wish I could show you my table. There's got so many different cards. All right, Josh Donaldson leading it off against 2 outs. Josh Donaldson steps into the box with 2 outs, top of the 12th. Here's Seth Lugo. That's a 5. A 5 is a patient 50, and that's high outside, ball 4. So Josh Donaldson waited out. Seth Lugo got the best of him on that walk. Matt Joyce has a homer in the 4th inning. 3rd inning, I think it was. Oh, I'm not sure. Doesn't matter. Matt Joyce, the lefty. Here's the pitch. That's an 8, and that 8 is a tough, a 28. Strike 3, and that retires the side. Juan Lagares against Anthony Swarzak. 11 is a patient. A 21 is a base on balls. Lagares is a 4 stolen bases, a threat to steal. We're going to try to see if we can. 7 will not do it. Will not get the jump. And it's going to be Seth Lugo. He's an 11 hitter. An 11 hitter. And we're keeping Seth Lugo in for another inning. And we will use a fatigue card for him as well. So that's going to be Lugo's hitting card. And a fatigue pitcher, he's 11 more. Oh, good. Will be his fatigue pitcher card. So we're keeping Lugo in there. And Lugo is going to square away. We need to, between 5 and 12, he'll bunt. We got an 8, so perfect. So we're going to pull a card for the bunt. Look how easy it is to bunt. What kind of bunter is he? Seth Lugo is a C bunter, and that's a sacrifice hit to the 3rd baseman. So Donaldson charges in. He's got 1 play, and that's the 1st. So it's going to go 5-4 on the sacrifice hit. And that pushes Lagares to scoring position. Ahmed Rosario. You know what? We're going to walk Ahmed Rosario to set up a potential double play and get out of the inning. So we're walking, and we're going to face Joe Panik, who's a 237 hitter against righties. Here's the pitch from Anthony Swarzak, a 5. That's in play 13, and that's going to be a little flare that's going to drop in there in front of Acuna. And we may have a play to the plate. Let's see what happens here. This may be the ball game. And, oh, he's going to stop. They're going to hold him at 3rd base with 1 out. The 3rd base coach puts the stop sign up, and Lagares stops at 3rd on a little flare. Lagares had to wait in between 2nd and 3rd to wait to see if the ball was going to drop in. It looked like Acuna was going to get to it, and then at the last minute, Acuna backed off to make sure the ball wouldn't get by him. And luckily for the Braves, they held Lagares at 3rd, and now it's bases loaded, 1 out, bottom of the 12th. So this is a walk-off opportunity for who else other than the rookie, whose ancestry is actually from Spain, and that's Pete Alonso. So that was a 5 in play 13 versus a righty, and that was a base hit. Little flare, little dunker, little Texas leaguer. And Lagares, he had to wait, and he did. I mean, he played it by the book. You're not going to just turn your back on that ball and run, because there's only, you know, with 2 outs, you would do that. With 2 outs, you would have scored. But with 1 out, you got to hold up on that. So he played it like a smart player would play it. Let's see. RJO is in the house. 1986 season is my favorite baseball season of all time. That will be a series replay when I get that one done. I got the National League 1986 in Status Pro Advanced. I got that available. I know you can't play a lot of games. Otherwise, I just send it to you for free. But I've heard, I understand. I mean, I have all these cards on my table. I go from game to game. All right, bases loaded. Bottom of the 12th, 4-4. Pete Alonso, Anthony Swarzak. Here's a pitch. Infield is in, outfield is in. So I'm going to give the outfielders a boost on a sacrifice fly, which is a very big possibility. I'm going to give them a +2 boost, but I'm going to give them all an F range. So if the ball is hit to the outfield on a range, they're not going to catch it. It's going to fall in there for a single, and the game's going to be over. So they go to F on the range, but I'll give them a boost on the arm. It'll be a +2 boost. That's a 5. 5 off. Swarzak is in play. In play 41 with the infield in. In play 41 with the infield in. It's going to be a ground ball to the third baseman, Donaldson. And we're going to have to check here, see what happens. God. Infield in. Here it is. Okay. With the bases loaded. All right. And it's if the 2d6 total is 6 or less, runner on third is out at home. Batter is safe. Okay. I'll take that. 5-2. So Donaldson goes home, gets the force. I would like an opportunity for a double play. And where's my opportunity for a double play on these infield? Like a 5-2-3 double play. Where is that chance? Wait a second. No. I don't see a double play opportunity. There should be a double play opportunity. And that's a 5. And let's look. Pete Alonso double play. It's not going to be it's double play anyway. Okay. So you could play an infield in double play opportunity, but it would have to be a 5-2-3 double play. So it's going to be the fielder's choice, 5-2. That's going to be 2 outs. Bases are loaded. And it's Michael Conforto. So Mets fans here at Citi Field are on the edge of their seat. Well, I have the 86. I have 86 in Stratomatic. Don't ask me why. I have the 86 in Inside Pitch. I just bought that. Actually, where is it? I put it to the side. I have 86 in Inside Pitch. And what other game? I have 86 also in Status Pro. I have 86. I don't have 86 in APA. I did have it and I sold it. That's it. I have 86 in those 3 games in Status Pro twice. I have it twice in Status Pro. I have it once with Inside Pitch. And that's all I need because I play 84, 83, 85, 87. It's all the same Mets team. The only difference with 86 is they win 108 games, but it's the same exact team as they had in 87. And I just replayed the 87 season using APA, and the Mets made it to the playoffs. They beat St. Louis. You know, they ended the season only 3 games behind the Cardinals that year in '86, and that was really their dynasty era. And I know that sounds a little bit, you know, it sounds a little bit like an exaggeration, but they won, 90 and above from 85 or 84 all the way to like 1990. So they had pretty much the same team, the same core, pretty much same set of pitchers. They had the same key players in the infield, pretty much. I mean, give or take a player here or two, a player or two. And so any of those years, I have 84 in replay baseball. I have 85 in inside pitch. I believe I have inside pitch, 85. 86 inside pitch. 87 I have in APA. 88 I have in APA. And I just the other day, I pulled out the Mets, and I took a picture of their starters are 4 Bs and an A. They have an amazing staff in 1988. Anyway, all right, let's get back to the game. Bases are loaded. Michael Conforto, Anthony Swarzak. 7 is tough. A tough 67. Oh my God! And it goes up to 64. Would have been a base hit. Game would have been over. That's grounded. And Danny Echeverria dives for the ball from his knees, flips to Albies, and that's a 6-4. And that retires the side. And the Mets leave the bases loaded. Oh boy. And we're going to the top of the 13th. Holy smokes. Holy smokes. Danny Echeverria. And Swarzak's going to get a fatigue card as well. His fatigue card is going to be more than 6, more than 4. Okay. So it's going to be more. Fatigue. No. They got emergency pitcher cards when you bring in like a batter. You don't really need it because every team has an infielder or an outfielder that pitches. I got 2 sets of these because I always lose I always leave them in the team that I last played, and I hate to dig them out when the pitcher hitting cards. I always leave them. 200 fatigue pitcher 6 or more. Here it is. Oh no, that's fatigue pitcher card. I'm looking for the next inning fatigue pitcher card. So now 6 or more, 0, 4 or more, and 6 or more. Here it is. This is going to be Anthony Swarzak's fatigue pitcher card. And that doesn't mean that the guy's going to get pounded. It just means that there's a different set of numbers there. So Danny Echeverria is facing Seth Lugo's fatigue pitcher card. That's an 11, a defense. We're going to pull a card right here. Look for a number. 51 could mean something. And we're going to look at error at right fielder. Error right fielder is Conforto. He's out there. And in right fielder, he's in right field. He's a 3. That's a 1 to 52. What did I roll? A 51. So that's going to drop in there. Is it going to be a 1 or a 2 base error? Sometimes it's a single and an error. And it's a 2 base outfield error. It's off of fly ball that Conforto has trouble with. It hits off the heel of his glove, rolls away from him. Around first and into second base is a Danny Echeverria with a 2 base error on Michael Conforto. Ouch. That's not what the doctor ordered for the Mets. Francisco Cervelli. And Francisco Cervelli, a 2 and a 12, he sacrifices. So we're going to roll, and if that comes up, it's a bunt. And it's a 10, so he does not. So it's going to be a patient 40, and that's ball 4. All right, so we're gonna have to go and bring in who's batting. Rafael Ortega. We're bringing in Avilan. Let's call to the bullpen. Here comes Mickey Callaway, and he's calling the left-hander. First and second, nobody out. Top of the 13th. And we're looking for Avilan, I guess. And let's see if we can find him. Flexen, Stroman, Drew Gagnon. Nice thing about payoff pitch, you get every player. Unlike some sets like Stratomatic, where you can't get every player, just because they don't feel like doing it. They'll make cards with no names on them, but they're never going to bother to give you actual something you can use. So we are in the top of the 13th inning. It's all tied at 4. Here's Luis Avilan facing Rafi Ortega. Rafi Ortega bats 083 versus lefties. And he's going to square. Let's see. Try to square. Oh, he doesn't even sacrifice. He's got no sacrifice numbers. Never had a sacrifice. So we're just going to let him hit away. That's a 7, a tough 30. And that's going to be a wild pitch. So Avilan spikes one, gets past Ramos all the way to the brick backstop. Both runners move up. Infield's going to be in now. And you know what? Infield's going to be in. Here's a pitch. That's a 7. A 7's a tough 72. Wait a second. Yep, a tough 72 is going to be a fly ball center field. Now, this could be a tag-up opportunity. Lagares and Echeverria. That's a short fly, so no tag-up opportunity. So that's 1 out. And it's going to be Anthony Swarzak. This creates a situation. Let me see who I have in the bullpen. Let's see. Hold on here. Pitchers. Who do I have as a pitcher? I got really no pitchers. I mean, I got Luke Jackson and Jerry Blevins. Okay, all right. But hitters, I don't think I have any pinch hitters at this point. I think I would have to print out Billy Hamilton's card, and that would take me like 10 minutes. I don't know why I don't have Billy Hamilton's card. I just don't understand it. I need to bring in Billy Hamilton to pinch hit, and I don't have his card. So I'm going to move over to my other computer. I'm going to take a small intermission, and I'm going to pull up Billy Hamilton's card. This is the second time I go into extra innings. All right. So let's see. Billy Hamilton's card, Atlanta. French players. Now, I'll tell you, when you buy the PDF, it's not very expensive, but I'm going to tell you something. The cards are spread out all over the place. You find one guy, it's not just all the players on 2 sheets or 3 sheets or 5 sheets of paper. There are players all over the place. And you got to scroll and scroll and scroll. I have the actual card set, the printed card set, but I didn't want to sort them all. And now I'm wasting so much time going through all this that I feel like saying, hey, you know what? I'm going to sort them. Let's get to the National League. Atlanta. Now, if you're wondering what's going on, we're in the 13th. What inning are we in? We are in the top of the 13th. I need a pinch hitter. So I'm going to make everybody wait while I find a pinch hitter. A guy named Billy Hamilton. believe it's him on. I'm having to look at every player here. Baltimore, Boston again, Cleveland. You know what? He's got to be in the third set right here, man. Really, Hamilton. And at the bottom, he's got to be at the bottom of the set here. For Billy Hamilton, it's going to take probably another 2 minutes. Let's see what happens. Hey, American League. Texas. Billy Hamilton, where are you, bastard? Arizona. All right, Billy Hamilton. Cervelli. Oh, there he is. I have Cervelli. Why don't I have Hamilton? I don't understand that at all. I have Cervelli. Why don't I have Hamilton? Oh, you know what? Did I put him into this batch over here? Did I not? So I should have him. Roman Quinn, Milwaukee, Nottingham. Looking for Billy Hamilton. It's the only player I don't have that's on the roster for the Braves that I need because we're in the 13th, top of the 13th, and I've run out of players once again. This has happened to me twice in the last week. So I just found, I don't want to print out the whole page just for a player that I should have here. I don't know what I did with them. Arizona, Chicago, Billy Hamilton, where is he? Where are you, Billy Hamilton? Okay, not there. Let's see. Sometimes they stick together. Tyrone Taylor. Oh, these are the other guys. Okay. I need Billy Hamilton, and I'm not going to find him. I'm not going to find Billy Hamilton. I don't understand this. Well, I have his card on the screen, so I'm just going to use his card on the screen right now. I'm just going to use his card on the screen because I'm not going to deal with this. Okay. Bringing in Billy Hamilton to pinch hit. Using his card on my other screen. I have another screen that I'm using. And second and third, bring in Hamilton. Hamilton is a terrible hitter. Oh, against righties. Bang, 313 against righties. Okay, here goes. But we got a lefty. So, here goes. Billy Hamilton infield's in, outfield's in for the Mets. Scores 4-4, top of the 13th, 1 out. Billy Hamilton. That's a 6. A 6 is a tough 13 against the lefty. Tough 13, that's a strikeout. So Hamilton downswing. 2 outs, and that brings Acuna. So Acuna's up. And let's slide these down a little bit. So Acuna's up with second and third. We would rather face Acuna, 270 or 389. No, Acuna's better. All right, here's the pitch from Avilan. Snake Eyes defense. Oh boy. Defense, it's a 56. It all depends. It's going to be an error at first base. So we may get lucky. We may get lucky because Alonso, I don't think, committed all that many errors. Alonso is a 2 error rating, so I think we're going to get lucky here. A 2 error rating is not actually, it's not good. Higher is better. So it's 1-62, so it's going to be an error. Run's going to score. Let's see if it's a 1 base error or a 2 base error. Error on the first base. It's a 1 base error. A little dribbler. That's bottled by Alonso. He tries to race Acuna to the bag and doesn't make it. So that's going to score a run. So it's an E3. That's the second error of the game for the Mets. And the Braves have taken a 5-4 lead. Ozzie Albies against Luis Avilan. Snake Eyes defense again. 74 is going to be out of range, so that's going to be no error. So let's see what kind of an out it is. To the first baseman's line and caught by Alonso. Line drive to Pete Alonso, and that retires the side. But they pick up a run on the error by Alonso, and you can see that Alonso is not happy with himself. A little dejectedly goes back to the dugout dejectedly with his head down, and over comes Mickey Callaway and says, "Hey, come on, let's go. Let's play ball. Don't worry about that." Wilson Ramos leading it off against Luke Jackson. I'm gonna have to go. I think I got a lot of doubles of the pitching cards. So that's, oh, look at that. Jesus Christ, Billy Hamilton. Okay. Oh my God! It took like 10 minutes to find Billy Hamilton. I knew he was sitting. He was hiding in the bullpen. He was hiding in the bullpen. What an SOB! I'm gonna write that on his card. Gotta get my pencil out. Got like 64 pictures. I think I have too many. I think I double printed them. All right, Luke Jackson against Wilson Ramos. 5-4, bottom of the 13th inning. That's an 8. 8 is patient, a patient 45. And that is a little ground ball and into the outfield for a base hit. So leadoff single. Ramos, the Buffalo. There's nobody to pinch run for him at this point. I do. I have Jeff McNeil, who I was resting. It's really a good pinch hitter. And then I got Rivera. So I'm going to let Ramos, because I may have to use McNeil for a pinch hitter to tie this game. J.D. Davis, pitch from Jackson. It's an 11, in play 93. And that's a fly ball left field over his Ortega. Settles under it. So payoff pitch is a blast. I mean, I got a lot of stuff going on here, but you get every player. I love that about it. Cards are very easy on the eyes. He chose some soft colors, and they're very easy on the eyes, very easy to look at. Now, I do think that the font needs to be increased a little bit, and how they kind of created, how they arranged the card is not really thought out well, and I wrote about that. Todd Frazier, Luke Jackson versus Todd Frazier. Runner on first, 1 out. Bottom of the 13th, it's 5-4 Atlanta. That's a 7, a tough 49. That's going to be a strikeout for Frazier. 2 outs. Mets are down to their last out, Juan Lagares. Pitch from Luke Jackson. is a 10. That's a tough 0-5. Strike 3, and that retires the side. Ball game over. Braves win it. Wow, look at this crazy box score, man. How many pitchers did I use in this game? I used 7 there, and 13 pitchers, 18 hits, 9 runs. Ball game is over. Lagares strikes out. Mets lose it by a score of 5-4. That's a heartbreaker. Anthony Swarzak gets the win. Luke Jackson gets the save. Seth Lugo takes the loss. It all came about because of the error, a 2-out error by Pete Alonso, a little dribbler that he mishandled. And then he tried to beat, I think it was Acuna to the bag, and he was a little bit late. Mickey Callaway called for a look-see from the booth in New York, but it was not overturned. There was not enough evidence to overturn the play. Matt Joyce is going to be the MVP, according to Replay Baseball PC Game. Give you highlights. Panic had 3 hits. Ramos had 2 hits. For the Mets, 2 RBIs by Conforto. Conforto hit his 25th home run of the year. Freeman hit his 43rd, and Matt Joyce hit his 5th. For the Braves, it was Matt Joyce with, it was actually Josh Donaldson with 2 hits, batting .282. And that's it. That's the ball game. So it's Atlanta, 5 runs, 8 hits, no errors. The New York Mets, 4 runs, 10 hits, 2 errors. That was an exhausting ball game. They updated the card. Yeah. You're talking about the fast action cards that he updated? Anyway, Mason Tago, great to have you from New Zealand, my brother. Please, if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. And that's about it. This is CP Cards and Dice, and I will see you guys a little bit later. There will be another game tonight. I got to take a little break. I'll tell you who's playing tonight and who the pitchers are for the Mets. It's going to be Steven Matz, the lefty, versus Dallas Keuchel, the lefty. Oh, that's going to be a fun game. Dallas Keuchel against Steven Matz. That's going to be a blast. I love it. So this is CP Cards and Dice, and I will see you guys soon. Thanks for sticking out the long game. And I will check out your games as well. And I will see you later. Take care.